Good morning, I'm Caryn Saitz and this is Taking the Leap. And this morning we are at the Conscious Beauty Collective and I'm super excited to be here with Caroline Fabrigas. So welcome Caroline, and we're going to talk a little bit about your business. Tell us about your business, which is Scentfluence?
Scentfluence, yes.
All right.
Thank you. Caryn, it's so nice to meet you.
It's great to meet you in person as well.
You do such wonderful work. Thanks for being here at the Conscious Beauty Collective.
My pleasure.
And yes, our company is called Scentfluence. And the name, we think, is very appropriate for what we feel is one of the most powerful ways to influence your life, your home, your family, your mood in a positive ways with the power of scent. You know, scent has that incredible way to be able to inspire memory and really elevate your mood and just make you feel great in the whatever space you're in. So that's really our art and our science, is celebrating you and your space and making it smell wonderful.
You know, what's so interesting is when you walk into some place, you totally remember the place by the way it smells. And I've had the most incredible memories because I'm so excited about it. You know, there was this spa in New York that I remember, and I couldn't wait to go because I just love the way that it smelled. And it does completely change your mood. I mean, you just feel completely different when that happens. So what inspired you? I know you have a great story, and it's a bit of a pivot, right, in terms of what you did. So tell us a little bit about how you switched and how you came up with this and where you are today.
Sure, absolutely. Well, first of all, I'm glad you had a wonderful experience in a space.
Amazing.
And actually, speaking of that, that's really the core of our business, is we actually scent these amazing spaces like hotel lobbies, the top of the World Trade Center, cruise ships. And I inherited this business. This business is really a legacy and a love affair.
Wow.
I was in the beauty business. I was the head of marketing for Clarins for 12 years.
Oh, wow.
I was a skincare girl, so I have such deep appreciation for everybody.
I use that double serum.
Yes, double serum, yes. I have
exactly.
such appreciation for everyone here doing clean skincare. It's not easy. So that was my background. And I had this incredible German husband who was an advertising executive. And he believed the power of scent was very important in communicating a brand message. So back in the middle 2005, 2006, he started a company called Scent Marketing Inc. And in that company, he created one of the first scent diffusers and one of the first ambient scents, actually with Hyatt hotels. Now, unfortunately, about 3 years in, he was 51 years old. It was in 2010. He died of a sudden heart attack.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Thank you. It was very dramatic and very tragic. And he left me, of course, the business. And we have our twins, which were 6 at the time. They're now 18 and just headed off to college today.
Oh my
Today's
God.
actually a very big day here in Boston.
It was BU Moving Day,
Yes,
right?
BU Moving Day today.
Exactly.
So it's actually a very auspicious occasion to be sitting here with you. It's very emotional because after all these many years to have reached this point where I inherited his business, it was quite small, and we have built it up and built it up.
Congratulations.
And built it up, and then the pandemic hit.
Wow.
So in the pandemic, you know, we do business with all of the hotels, as I was mentioning, and retail stores,
closed.
and they closed. And so what's a girl to do? I'm sitting there with these diffusers and these oils and these twins and this looming college situation. And I'm like, oh, wow. So fortunately, I live in this little village, and because of the pandemic, there is a little silver lining. And I got a very small, beautiful jewel box of a space.
Can you share where that is?
Yes. It's in Scarsdale Village.
Oh, nice.
22 Harwood Court.
So in New York.
In New York, in New York. Kind of forget where I am.
Yep.
And I was able to get a short-term lease for a very reasonable price. And you can't usually get like a short-term lease. So I decided to do a pop-up.
Test it out, right?
Yeah, test it out. I thought all these people were home. They all really needed the power of scent to understand the cues of the day. I mean, the day became a blur during the pandemic when we were all shut down. I didn't know what was morning, noon, or night, or whether it was time to have dinner or breakfast. So the scent helped you to know where you were in the day. It helped you to elevate your mood and feel better. It helped children to have a better focus when studying at home.
Yeah, in school.
And us to work from home without, without having the other normal impetus around us. So I opened up our Scentfluence aroma design studio in Scarsdale Village, and I created had a library, popped up a library of over 65
And people
scents.
would come in and just...
And in the middle of the pandemic, sight unseen, with no advertising, on a side street, I cannot tell you, we popped up on October 31st of 2020. the incredible response in that month of November and December, and since I couldn't even
So you knew you had something.
So we knew we had something. And then we just continued to grow from there, and we went to the Conscious Beauty Collective in San Francisco, which was such an honor to meet all these amazing people, and now to be here with you.
Oh, that's very exciting. So we know what inspired you, but what impact do you hope this will have on the world?
Well, I think that scent has an incredible power to influence. Now, if you're at home, in your personal life, as we were saying, it can help you to rest, it can help you to energize, it can help you to focus. If you're a business, because we do a lot of work for businesses, even a small business, it can help your office, your home office, for you to be more productive. So scent has incredible functional benefits, and sometimes we also just want our environment to just smell better and to smell great. Maybe at the holiday times we want to bring in the smell of the outside and bring in that fur inspiration, you know?
So you have some unusual products. Can you share some of them and show us how they work?
My pleasure, my pleasure. So I'll start up here actually with our little mini aroma diffuser. We call this the Sleek. It comes in a number of different colors. Here at the Conscious Beauty Collective pop-up, we're featuring in on the black and on the white, and then there's some chrome ones that we have in some other colors as well.
That's cool.
But essentially these are small space ambient diffusers. The bottom, there's a little button. It's very simple to use. You just pop that up with your fingertip, and out pops the bottle. It's like the genie in the box.
So you don't have to pour anything in?
You don't have to pour anything in, right? Into there. You just basically, you follow the arrows, you pop it out, and I'll show you very quickly. This unswivels. It's just like changing a light bulb. And now you can pick any scent you want from my library. Like here's a lemongrass jasmine. And the only pouring you need to do is just pour your scent of choice.
So you can buy a big bottle, put it into the small one.
Exactly. And if you want to change your scent, Caryn, you just take that, pour it back, swivel a little alcohol, put a different scent in.
And you can use the bottle over.
Yes, absolutely. Just clean it with a little bit of alcohol in between. Now the key thing is
And how long will like a bottle that size?
You know, this could last several weeks. It really depends upon the number of times you're using it, the length of the time,
size of the room,
and the size of the velocity of the scent, right? Just when you swivel it back on, just make sure that your little arrows are kissing, so that they are meeting.
Very clever.
And then you just basically have to charge it up. And then there's three little different little
levels
settings. Thank you. Level settings. So you just pop it on, and then if you want light, moderate, or more, you just modulate through.
That's
very
amazing.
easy to use. So that's one mechanism, and you can use that with any of our Scentfluence ambient scents. Those are pre-diluted scents. They're a specific scent that's made to go into that diffuser.
And I was fascinated by this little guy.
Yes. So this is our USB stick. I'll just take it out of here. So this lovely little device is super affordable, convenient, and easy. Basically, it is a little USB stick. You have a pad. We've got some pre-soaked pads with our hotel scents. You just pop it in here. Put this into any USB port. You know where you plug your cell phone into? Or sometimes in certain powder rooms or in your car, you have that. And then this gives you 50 square feet of amazing, beautiful, personal scent.
That's amazing.
Yes, and right now at the Conscious Beauty Collective, we have it as a little kit in our little scent
with 3 scents.
With 3 scents.
That's
and
amazing.
These are our favorite hotel scents. We've got the One Hotel, the Arlo Deep Woods, and the Fireside for Baccarat, along with the little USB stick with some pads, so you can actually mix and match.
So you can feel like you're in the most luxurious hotel in your own home, which is really special.
Yes, you can. And this is so easy to use.
It will transport you.
It will transport you. You'll think you're at the One Hotel South Beach.
Exactly. Soaking in that luxury, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and this is great. You don't have to charge it. You don't have to do anything at all except pop the pad in, put it into the port. It gives you a wonderful scent experience.
That is really interesting, Caroline. And so you have this amazing company. It's grown. What's your vision for it? And also, what are your biggest challenges as a woman entrepreneur?
Yeah, so where I see the company going is, it's been so amazing to see the hotel scents that you could only ever find in the hotel lobby. And now we've started to have the permissions to be able to offer them for sale on our website and in my studio. And people unaided with no marketing money, because you know, we're all indie brands, are finding my website. And they're buying.
When they Google the hotel,
I think so, yeah. I mean,
That's
they're
amazing.
searching, like you said when we sat down. You have that smell experience,
Totally.
and you just wanted more of it, right? So they're finding, they're going to these hotels, they're loving the experience, and then they're Googling, and they're finding, you know, my website. So that's been amazing. I mean, right now we actually sold out of one hotel scent for a while. We had such a velocity, and I actually at the moment have 15 orders for one hotel scent.
That's great.
To fill on Tuesday when I go back. So
Hey,
it's not a bad problem.
it's not, it's a good problem.
It's a good problem.
Exactly.
But speaking of what are the challenges, scaling.
It's hard.
It's hard. It's very, very hard from a manpower, a cash flow standpoint, and we're having such rapid growth. And personally, I don't want to give up a large share of my company to an investor because it's family business.
So let me ask you a question. How do you create the scent for the hotel? Like, is it a give and take? Does it take a long time? Do they have something in mind in terms of what they're thinking? Or what's the process look like?
It's an amazing process. It really is an amazing process. It's a proprietary process that I've developed over time. It really is a partnership. It's about understanding the brand, the hotel, for example, or the business, creating a DNA analysis from an intake session, then briefing the perfumer, usually a master perfumer that we identify who is experienced with creating.
And are they in the
air.
US?
Yes, usually in the US. They're experienced in creating for air because it's very different than creating for skin. And then we get a range of submissions, and then we screen those submissions. Now, I'm not a perfumer, I'm not a nose, but I have really become akin to, I believe, what will work in the environment. And then my favorite thing is we take those submissions to the client and we do what's called a sniffing session of the fragrant kind. And
in their offices.
In their offices. And now, of course, you know, post-pandemic, well, not that we're post-pandemic, but you can actually go in person and do this.
And they can take the mask off
And they take them out, and everybody evaluates, and they get to relive their brand through scent, and it's so exciting. And we have a number of those developments underway right now. Those are custom developments.
Yeah,
and
that's
then we
great.
obviously spec the site, put in the scent machines, and off we go.
I love that. I think having your own scent is it's kind of like your accessory. It's just part of who you are, and it really makes a difference with the brand, and it is just so memorable. So if there's one thing that someone would have told you, I mean, you didn't start this, so you kind of came into it at a different point. But if someone would have told you something, even at the point at which you came into it, right? Something that would have helped make your journey from then to now easier, what would that have been?
I'm going to get emotional, sorry. Be true to thyself. Really, that just came up for me right now, sitting here. Just be true to thyself. There are so many times that we second guess ourselves because we're insecure or people tell us things that we should or this way or that way. And the only thing after all of this is you know your truth, and believe in that truth and believe in yourself and be true to thyself.
I have to end it on that. And if they want to find your products, besides at the Conscious Beauty Collective, where else can they find your products?
Yes, so we have www.scentfluence.com. That's our consumer-facing website. We also have scentmarketinginc.com, which is another website which is more for the B2B business. And then we have our retail physical studio. If you happen to be in New York, you can come to 22 Harwood Court, Scarsdale, New York. I'd love to give you a personal library tour.
You know what? On my next drive to New York, I take the Merit and I go by Scarsdale all the time.
You're going to come.
So I'm definitely
coming. Yes, you are. And I can't wait to see you.
Thank you, Caroline.
Thank you.
Many kisses. Thank you. Thanks.